Yes, there's absolutely no doubt that the last 12 months has been extraordinary, and the impact of the pandemic on the hospitality industry as a whole and the travel industry has been quite enormous. And I don't think there's any doubt that this impact will be felt for many years to come, not just on our industry, but on society as a whole. And we, like all other hotel operators, experienced huge declines over the last 12 months. Operating as we do across 11 different countries, we've seen a very similar pattern across all of the countries, and we had to adapt. We had to adapt as an organization, although we are still running the same number of hotels, but we had to adapt as an organization. And at the hotels, we had to adapt quite significantly in regards to the manpower levels in the hotels. We operate these hotels for our owners. And we're having to do all we can to support our owners through what has been an extraordinary period of time. Hopefully, we are now starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. But not only have we had to adapt as an organization, but we've had to adapt equally at the way we operate hotels. So we've been through a whole range of cycles over the last 12 months, essential workers very much at the beginning. And then we had a relatively strong summer with the much vaunted staycation, and clearly expectations of customers are very different. The manner in which we behave, the manner in which we look after our customers has changed. We have to adhere to the regulations and the guidelines of the social distancing, and that has been very challenging to adapt and to adopt for everybody. And then clearly we've gone back into lockdown again. And yet again, we've had to adapt and adopt different processes to ensure that we manage our business, again, for our owners, our customers, and also for our teams in the hotels. We've actually had a very strong 2020. And in fact, we signed over 30 hotels, and we ended the year at the strongest position we have ever been with, in the UK, 100 hotels. And if you add our hotels in Eastern Europe and Western Europe, continental Europe, we're up to over 130 hotels, trading hotels. So we're in a very, very strong position. And we're looking forward. We've got 6 new openings in the next 7 or 8 months in the UK and continental Europe. And given the news in the United Kingdom of the planned lifting of restrictions, we're anticipating that 2021 actually will finish strongly. I think through until maybe end of spring, it's going to continue to be difficult, particularly with there being no leisure stays allowed. But once that restriction is lifted, we think there is an enormous amount of pent-up demand for the social business as well as corporate business. We've just opened a hotel in Birmingham, the Aloft in Birmingham. We're opening a unique hotel, the Bodmin Jail Hotel, in a couple of weeks' time, which is primed for a fantastic year, given what we believe is going to be the demand down in Cornwall. 2021, we think, is going to be the beginning of a strong recovery. Clearly, the UK government's announcements of last week with regards to the lifting of restrictions and the dates, the guideline dates that they're given, we believe that's going to be very positive for our industry. As I've said before, we think there's a huge amount of pent-up demand for leisure, social and corporate business, weddings. And actually, we saw a significant impact of the government's announcements only last week, with a huge increase in the number of people making bookings. We've seen within our Eastern European hotels, and particularly in Moscow, a significant increase in business. And since Christmas, the level of business, domestic business within Russia, but the level of domestic business has been very high. And we're anticipating that will be replicated within continental Europe and also the United Kingdom. One of the things clearly that we're going to have to manage going forward as business starts to come back is the impact of Brexit, which appears to have gone a bit on the back burner, but we anticipate that is still going to continue to have an impact on the business. So we're going to have to manage that. But I think more importantly, we are very, very confident that there's going to be a strong uplift in demand as a result of the vaccination program that's happening across the world, but particularly in the United Kingdom. I think we're at 20 million plus vaccinations now. And we think all of those different factors are going to lead to a much stronger end of 2021.